Brian Thompson, the head of United Healthcare, was the victim of what the police said was a targeted shooting. His killer shot him in the back, then walked coolly away. The killer arrived first. He stood in the cold pre-dawn gloom outside the New York Hilton Midtown and waited. Even at that early hour, people passed by. He ignored them. They ignored him. At 6:44 a.m., he saw his man. Brian Thompson, 50, chief executive of United Healthcare, the leader of one of the country's largest companies, walking past in a blue suit toward the entrance to the Hilton. It was the site of press events and celebrity galas dating back to Elvis Presley and Ronald Reagan. On Wednesday, it was where United Healthcare was holding its annual Investors' Day, and within an hour it would be filled with Wall Street analysts and stockholders. The killer popped out from behind a car and raised a pistol fitted with a long silencer. What followed was what the police would call a bold assassination, which shook the insurance industry and sent a jolt through an area packed with holiday tourists. By nightfall, a sprawling manhunt with police officers, dogs and drones spread citywide, bearing down on surveillance videos, a dropped cell phone and even city bike data in search of the killer. The police commissioner, Jessica Tisch, who was sworn in 10 days ago, called it a brazen targeted attack, adding, "We will not rest until we identify and apprehend the shooter in this case." The killer wore a dark hooded jacket and a gray backpack, pictures released by the police show, with his face covered to his nose. He apparently knew which door Mr. Thompson was going to enter and arrived outside the hotel about 5 minutes earlier. Surveillance video shows Mr. Thompson's arrival. The shooter, seen from behind, walks up and fires at least 3 times, striking Mr. Thompson in the calf and in his back. The victim manages a couple of steps and turns to face his attacker before collapsing on the sidewalk. The shooter's pistol jammed during the shooting, but the gunman quickly cleared the jam and resumed firing, the police said. A woman who was standing nearby flees. The shooter ignores her. The shooter fiddles with his weapon and walks slowly toward Mr. Thompson, who is crumpled against a wall.